Well, okay, thought I might do the critique of Star Wars The Force Awakens from this frequency. You know I've already done a review and even two streams on the matter, so you know what I think about this, and let's see what they have in store for us.
Are we really doing this?
Back in May of 1980, Darth Vader revealed a shocking secret and left moviegoers to ponder its implication for 3 long years. He was Luke Skywalker's father. The truth is that I have a deep, dark secret of my own. I'm not a Star Wars fan. Not having grown
Surprise, surprise. You're not a Star Wars fan. I'm so utterly shocked.
up with them, I first watched the original 3 movies sometime in my early 20s, then again a few years later. Both times I had the same reaction. They were fine. Clearly they were an important part of cinematic history, but I wasn't converted to Star Wars fandom the way millions of other viewers had been. So during Christmas, when a friend asked me if I wanted to go see it, I agreed, but was skeptical that I would actually enjoy myself. Much to my surprise, I did. It's a fun movie, and unlike the tedious and lifeless prequels, it's a solid Star Wars film.
No, it's not. It's a direct copy of episode 4, but you wouldn't notice that, no, would you?
Spirited and exciting sci-fi adventure. By far what I found most appealing about The Force Awakens, one of the most anticipated films of the decade.
Let me guess, you like Rey as a character.
In one of the most universally beloved film franchises of all time, is that its 2 main characters are a white woman and a black man.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
This is meaningful not only because it moves Star Wars into a space that better reflects its audience, but because the franchise is huge enough to influence the larger filmic landscape.
So, did you not watch the original trilogy? It's not like Lando was in it, was a black character. It's not like there were aliens. It's not like Leia was one of the main characters of the franchise. Or how about the prequels with Padme as one of the most important characters? Hell, we had a female bounty hunter in the second movie. Eh, and the adoptive father of Leia, he was even Latino. So I don't get it.
And potentially nudge Hollywood towards consistently telling more inclusive stories. I also
Yeah, because we everything has to be inclusive nowadays. Shake my head.
appreciated that women were widely present in the film as military commanders, tavern owners, and fighter pilots. Female pilots were actually filmed for the climactic space battle in Return of the Jedi, but sadly they were cut from the final film.
No, they're not. One of them, the first one right here, was actually in the movie. So shows again. Anita Sarkeesian doesn't know what she's talking about.
Rey, the young woman at the center of The Force Awakens, is immediately compelling. She is
No, she's not. She's without fault. She learns everything. She is an expert at everything. She wrecks everyone except for one scene. She's Mary Sue, and you're gonna go on about how she reflects how she's a strong female character that is on an equal playing level on men and goes on and doesn't need help from men and things like that. I'm gonna bet you.
not stoic or emotionless or hardened by violence. And her
Yeah, because Leia or Padme never showed emotion. Hell, screw the guys. They never showed any emotion. Also, how about why aren't you mentioning the female Jedi's, Yaddle or Ayla Secura or the other masters? Hell, they even showed a few of the masters and had Ahsoka and even a few others in the Clone Wars series. But no, that would be asking too much.
Humanity keeps her from being another example of the tired, strong female character type we've seen too much of these past few decades. She's resilient and has learned to fend for herself, but she isn't a loner. She's competent and capable, but also recognizes that she has so much to learn, and she welcomes friendship and support on her adventure.
Not really. There is no backstory of why she's even competent. The only thing you can accept in this world, like you accepted Anakin and Luke, is Anakin was a slave and had to fix stuff to survive. So he all his life was building things. Luke was doing some piloting at home and wanted to go into the academy, and she's what, a scavenger, uh, but she manages to do all sorts of things in just one movie.
The Force Awakens seems to establish that this trilogy will focus on Rey's journey in much the same way that the original trilogy focused on Luke's.
Yeah, except for that she's stronger than Anakin is in, or even Luke is in 3 movies. She for some reason manages to become a Jedi in one freaking movie.
From King Arthur to Luke Skywalker, we've been taught to associate the traditional hero's journey with male figures.
Citation needed. Did you even watch Aliens or Alien? There are plenty of strong female characters. Hell, Leia had a journey of her own in those movies, but just screw that.
For a franchise as massive as Star Wars to demonstrate that it doesn't always have to be this way is hugely significant. And because Rey is such a winning hero, as the film progressed from one explosion to another and from one massacre to another, I just went with it. Star Wars has previously relegated tremendous slaughter and suffering to the background. In the original film, the entire planet of Alderaan is obliterated, but little heed is paid to the incomprehensible loss. In The Force Awakens, too, genocide on an unspeakable scale is just a bump in the road for the only people who really matter. Rey.
Except for that Alderaan was an important planet, and uh, it was shown through Obi-Wan and Leia that they were sad over it, and even Obi-Wan said, it's like a million voices crowd out in pain and suddenly silence. But this wasn't even shown in The Force Awakens. You had Leia just sitting down, basically. That was it.
Finn, and their ragtag bunch of Republic pals. The movies don't give the audience time to process the actual scale of the war, the actual loss of life, the actual morality or lack thereof on either side of the conflict. And that's just how they keep us enthralled. As one critic points out in this brutally accurate piece, everything that puts you in the moment when you're watching it falls apart as soon as you turn your brain back on.
That's actually the only point I'm gonna probably gonna agree with her on.
However, my job is to always think about these things. I don't watch or play anything without thinking about and analyzing the content. And
No, you don't. You cherry pick things.
I'm okay with that. Thinking and critiquing and analyzing is what gives us better stories. So, as enjoyable as the film was, it's still just so Star Wars. The relationships were held together.
What's that supposed to mean? It's so Star Wars. Uh, that's just a statement without anything to back it up with.
By wiring that's as flimsy as the inner workings of the Millennium Falcon. Rey and Finn care deeply about each other almost immediately. Rey thinks of Han as a father figure after spending a few minutes flying the Falcon together. The film wasn't the least bit concerned with actually developing its relationships, but rather expected us to fill in the gaping holes. But the portrayal of interpersonal relationships and character development is where film excels. It's through witnessing connections form, deepen, become strained and renewed that a film can open itself up to us as viewers and let us relate to the incredible emotional human experiences the characters are having on their journeys. Along with flimsily established relationships, The Force Awakens also faithfully duplicates another aspect of the earlier films, and it's the main reason why I will probably never be a huge Star Wars fan. The binary nature of its depiction of good and evil is really reductive.
Oh my god. 'Cause, so, it is a simple fact of life, even, and Luke even questions things, but you completely miss the point of these movies. Even it's not even that simple of evil and good. Hell, watch the prequels. Even fans may tear it apart. It shows that the Jedi might not even be the good guys, and the Republic has become too arrogant and become the evil that they're sought to destroy. In Episode 3, Padme Amidala figures this out. Again, this is an oversimplification even of the movies. Even through the fight between Mace Windu and Sidious, it shows that even Mace Windu made a questionable call when he tried to kill Sidious. Again, it's an oversimplification of Star Wars.
Rebellion versus the Empire in the original trilogy, the Republic versus the First Order in The Force Awakens. It's also simplistic that it inevitably becomes a very regressive, deeply conservative narrative.
Oh my god. Yeah, we had to have. It's also kind of projection there when you say regressive. You're the one in the regressive bunch here, saying that. You, do you even know how the Force works? There's a good and there's evil, and it balances itself. There's two sides. It's a yin and a yang. There are people on switching sides or more to the middle, but the Jedi and the Sith are the two extremes.
In Star Wars, people have fates for which they are destined. With a few notable exceptions, good people are inherently good, and evil people are inherently evil. When a
Maybe you should read Lost Stars and this is so ignorant. You don't know a thing about the lore, and make such ignorant statements about the universe, and even saying yourself you're not a fan of it. It's just, oh my god.
person does change sides, it occurs completely without any complexity or ambiguity. History seems destined to repeat itself in this galaxy far, far away. There will always be a rebellion or a republic
Yeah, it's called Star Wars, not just Star War. Star Wars, several wars.
fighting for freedom, and every crushed empire will be replaced by a new First Order. Narratives like this work to reinforce the mythology that good and evil are clear absolutes that are in constant struggle. And in such a universe, lasting systemic change is not possible. The Force Awakens had opportunities to subvert, complicate, or at least play with this good versus evil binary, but didn't seize on them.
Yeah, because they already did this in the prequels. Hell, they even touched this a little bit uh, in the original trilogy, where Luke chose between the two, and he was balancing both of them.
I was intrigued by Finn's resistance to his lifelong conditioning and his obvious horror at acts of violence and torture, but it took all of a few moments until he was more than fine killing the bad guys. even though he had just been one of them. Weren't they raised
Well, yeah, I would actually agree to that.
from childhood to be cogs in a military machine just like him? Don't they have the same potential for good that he does? Are their lives so expendable? I was reminded of the cult favorite sci-fi show Farscape and the long process that Aaron Sun went through to emotionally heal from her military indoctrination and understand the horror of what she was trained to become. Of course, storytelling in cinema has to be more economical than on television, but The Force Awakens acts as if these moral concerns don't even exist. As I've said about a trillion times, we can love media and be critical of it at the same time. And I think this film is a grand test of this very mantra. As I watched the movie, I was thinking about how fun it would be to cosplay as Rey with my own BB-8 rolling around by my side. But once the ride is over and I'm left to contemplate the substance of what The Force Awakens offers, it all falls apart. Rey's journey isn't over yet, though, and there's opportunity for the next two films to develop the characters in more substantial ways and to complicate the simplistic lens through which the series has always framed notions of good and evil. If they do that, I just might become a Star Wars fan after all.
Oh dear God. Ah. Well, at least she didn't touch the whole Mary Sue thing, which I thought she would. A few points I actually agree with her on, but it's clear she doesn't know a thing about Star Wars, or yeah. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. As always, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.